Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Guidance. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a no contact message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. The energy has been really intense. I don't know if you've been picking up on this energy, Divine Feminine, but there's someone that has a very urgent message to get to you, okay? Let's get the first message here. Wow. So the first message that we have is, you brought me to my knees. Wow. Yeah, this message is going to be very specific, because I feel like this card, or just the energy of this reading, is picking up on something that I saw in my meditation this morning. I've been having some really intense downloads from a very specific masculine energy. And while I was in meditation this morning, I heard a masculine voice crying, okay? And this was not just any cry. It was very emotionally driven. So this was a cry that was coming from the soul, okay? And while this person was crying, they said the words, "She's really gone," as if they were speaking to someone in confidence about you, Divine Feminine. I also heard the words, "And if you see her out," but that's where it ended, okay? So I sat with this energy for a while, and it seems to be a masculine who's being hit very hard with the reality about this connection with you coming to an end. And now they're having to face it. And it's almost like the emotion of that is coming out every single time they have to explain themselves or the part that they played in this. And as they recall what happened with you, whatever series of events led to this no contact or led to this breakup, it is making them extremely emotional. And it's not only because of the direct shift in their reality, but it's also how people are responding to hearing this, or responding to hearing their side of the story. I'm also getting this energy of pressure. So this energy has been building for some time now. I don't feel like this is the first time that this masculine has spoken about you, but I definitely feel like the pressure of them having to repeat this story over and over about you is what finally broke them and brought them to their knees. Because it feels like it's a combination of them having to tell the story along with the way that it's being received, okay? So people are either on your side in all of this, Divine Feminine, or they are holding this masculine accountable for their actions. So there's something very intense happening with your person and in their life. Maybe this is someone that is not very emotional. Maybe this is a masculine that you've never even seen express themselves in this way. But behind the scenes, this person is breaking down completely, okay? And it's because of where your connection is right now. But let's go ahead and get a little deeper into the reading, because this energy is very intense. I may even have to put a little trigger warning on this. So only continue if you're in the right headspace, because this energy does feel a little bit touchy, okay? Yeah. The next message that we have is, your energy is haunting me. Wow. This person is really pulling on you at this time. And I just got Phantom X very clearly. So if you're wondering how this person is viewing you, how they're feeling about you, like what are their real raw feelings since you split, this is the role that you're currently playing in their life. Having a Phantom X is really intense, very mind-blowing energy. It's literally the energy of mourning someone who is still alive. So it's a very weird and uncomfortable situation, because it can become obsessive. And it's only because it is extremely confusing to the person who's on the other end, which is your masculine energy. It's like they have a fixation on your energy that they cannot really get over and they cannot stop themselves. This could also indicate that this person could be in a new connection. They could be trying to move forward with their life, but your energy is haunting them. And because of that, it's almost like they're unable to progress because of this energy, because they placed you in the category of the Phantom X. When you become the Phantom X, they compare everyone to you, okay? It's almost like they idealize your connection in their mind somehow, and they cannot move forward in love because they keep drawing a comparison between you and maybe an external energy. Maybe as they're trying to move about in their lives, they cannot move forward because they have literally set you as the standard. So this is definitely a masculine that you have a great deal of history with, okay? This is a person that you could have been with for years. This is a person that you could have established a very sturdy foundation with. It's almost like you set the tone for them when it comes to feminine energy. And them splitting with you or this connection falling apart has really had an adverse effect on their life, okay? This is a person who may have thought that they were going to move forward effortlessly, but your energy is literally haunting them. So if you're wondering how this masculine in your energy field views you honestly, this is someone who has been grieving you even though you are alive, okay? This energy is heavy, okay? And it feels so heavy because I'm picking up on this energy, Divine Feminine, of you being completely oblivious of what's going on with this masculine, okay? This person could be wearing a mask. This person could be putting on a front, trying to make their lives look a certain way. But this is really tapping into their underlying energy. In their world, you have become their Phantom X. You are the one who got away. So whether you know it or not, you still hold a place in their lives. And that is extremely hard for them to deal with. And it's even harder for them to put it into words because you're not present. But not only can they still feel your energy, you're still affecting a lot of the decisions that they make, especially if this person has moved on to someone else or if they're trying to. The other person that's in their energy may not even be aware that they are in competition with you, okay? And this is not to shine light or to highlight on the other person if that is the case, because honestly, they could be completely oblivious that all of this is happening, okay? But what's being highlighted here is that your person knows exactly what's happening, even if they don't know why. Because this energy I'm picking up on is subconscious. It's affecting everything that they do. So this masculine has some very, very intense feelings about you, Divine Feminine, that they have not been processing, and for some reason it's coming out. Because clearly this is someone who has cried over you, and they were doing this in secret until maybe someone asked them about you. And this could have been just a simple question, you know, how's Divine Feminine doing? What's going on with this situation? And they let it all out, which is the energy that came through in my meditation. But this card here is very, very clear. Even though you're at a physical distance, this is someone who is still being deeply affected by you mentally and emotionally. And it's because of what you represent to them. So whether they have openly admit this to themselves or not, you are the one who left with a vital piece of them. And your energy is haunting them because of who you are to them, Divine Feminine. You are someone who played many roles in their life. You may think that you were just a lover or just an experience for this masculine, but the way they're reacting to your energy tells a completely different story. And just how much emotion is coming through in this reading, you were so much more than that. You were so much more than a lover, okay? That just keeps coming through clearly. You were this person's confidant. You were this person's friend. You held a lot of weight in this connection. And maybe they didn't have the opportunity to verbalize this to you, but they definitely feel your absence. And for some reason, your energy is coming through so strongly in their life right now. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have is unsent messages. Yeah, this is extremely personal, okay? If you're resonating with this message so far, there is something happening between you and your person's higher self in the 5D that you're still trying to process in the 3D. And I have to point out that this energy has never come out in a reading before with, the masculine coming to me in meditation. Maybe this could be a new way that I'm receiving messages for the readings, or this could be about you, Divine Feminine, because it honestly feels like I'm reading for someone whose intuition led them to this reading. Because there are some clear things that you need to know about this person before you even consider entertaining them again. So your inner world has been very, very loud. And if you pay close attention to that, Divine Feminine, to your emotional body, to your moods, maybe to your dreams, to things that you're thinking, it's almost like your intuition is trying to tell you something about this masculine, but you don't want to believe it, okay? You may even try to keep yourself busy during the day so that your mind can quiet down and a lot of these messages don't come through to you. But I'm getting that it's the most active at night. This is when your person's higher self comes through to communicate with you. And the messages that you are receiving from this masculine are very emotional. And it may be completely unlike them. And the reason why there's a difference in this communication or this communication style is because you have been receiving unsent messages from your person's higher self. So with this card here, you may be having some very otherworldly experiences because this is someone who is really determined to communicate with you. So all of this energy that your masculine has repressed, that they have stuffed down, that they have kept bottled up, are coming to you in the form of unsent messages that they did not get to send to you during this time apart. And all of these messages could either be energetic or they could be telepathic. Or these could even be physical messages, like text messages that your person are writing out or typing out to you, but they just never had the courage to press send. I'm even getting that for some of you, the masculine that you're connected to is very vocal, okay? They may even have an inner world that is just as loud as yours, but they've always had this need to kind of keep everything inside, and it's only because of the distance. So whatever you're experiencing at this time, Divine Feminine, with a lot of messages coming to you at night, for some of you, your sleep could be disturbed. You could be dreaming of this masculine. I'm getting that this energy is going to get even more intense because the feelings that you have are mutual. So even though there could be a lot of distractions at this time, or this could be a really, really busy time for you, your person's energy is still coming through because there is a message that they need to get to you. So they could be using this telepathic energy to tap into your dream state, because I just keep getting very strong energy at night. So if this is your reading, if you're resonating with this is not a coincidence. All of this is happening because of the intensity of your person's emotions, where it's like their higher self is kind of breaking through the 3D to get to you or to get these messages to you somehow, okay? Wow. Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have is, I'm hiding my true feelings. And normally when this card comes out, this is picking up on the masculine's energy. But your energy is coming through again with this card, Divine Feminine. So there's a lot about this masculine and this connection that you have been stuffing down or hiding as well. This is why their energy is coming through so strongly. Because I'm picking up on two souls who are very, very different on the outside, but your inner worlds are identical. And so you have a really, really interesting connection because it's almost like you're able to exist in two places or be at a distance from one another, but you're still very much connected internally. So no matter how much you distance yourself from one another, whether this be physically, emotionally, spiritually, I'm getting the energy keeps coming back to you, Divine Feminine. I also just got light versus dark. So there's an energy of exposure coming through here. And it's because you've reached this place where you're tired of being in the dark. There are a lot of things that have taken place in this connection with this masculine, and you're tired of second guessing yourself. One moment, your energy may be tuned into the 3D and you're focused on your own personal journey, and you're just living your life and doing your own thing. But the next minute, it's like you can literally feel this masculine pulling you or pulling on you in the 3D. And this has become confusing to you because this is someone that you've been in no contact with for a while now. So it makes you question yourself. Yeah, something about this card here is just extremely personal. These could be parts of the connection that you really don't share with one another. This could be tapping into your mental process and some of your deepest thoughts when it comes to this connection and just being bonded to a person like this. So with this card here, I'm tired of hiding my feelings. This is how you really, really feel about this person. This is a masculine from your past that deep down you may want to reconnect with, but you know that there's something wrong in this connection. You know that there's something wrong with this masculine. You know that they may be in the wrong place. But for some reason, this masculine never showed you this side of themselves. And even though your energy is highly intuitive, Divine Feminine, and you may not even really need the physical proof, this is something that you're calling for, okay? And I'm getting that you are about to find out what's really been going on with this connection because you want to know if what you're feeling for this person is valid and if this person is actually coming back around to you or not. But what really has your attention more than anything else is how this masculine is allocating their time while they're away from you. And the only way for you to really measure this with being at a distance from them is by tapping into your own emotions and feelings. And when you look at your life and what it is that you've been doing, you've been making a lot of progress spiritually. I'm even getting that you could be at this place where you're tapping into higher levels of abundance because there's a difference in how you feel. And because you and this person are energetically bonded, you may be wondering if this is a reflection of where your person is as well, or are you ascending and changing and making these upgrades by yourself, okay? Yeah, there's definitely something that has been in the dark that's about to come to the light. So if you've been feeling really emotionally lately, Divine Feminine, it's because this masculine is sending you a lot of energy because there's still a very, very strong link to this person in the 5D. And this is why they can feel everything just as strongly as you. And this is also highlighting that download that I picked up on in meditation. All of this emotion that your person has been feeling is what caused them to break. This is what caused them to start discussing your breakup or your split with someone around them. And the people or the person that they're talking to is actually holding them accountable for their actions. So they're really pulling on your energy at this time. This is why you don't need the proof, because your intuition is pointing you to the truth. But I'm getting that the one thing that keeps popping up in your mind, Divine Feminine, is what comes next, okay? What happens next in this connection? That's like a really, really deep concern of yours. You're also wondering if your masculine walking away was an indication that you closed a cycle with them, or if you are just repeating a cycle. Because when you look at this spiritually, this all really depends on what's going to happen next. and if this connection can be rekindled. Because if you have closed out a cycle with this masculine, this means that the physical aspect of your connection could be done. But if this masculine only ran to escape accountability, which it sounds like, then that's completely different. And this person may actually be rerouted to you in the near future, because in some way your energy may be needed to integrate a certain lesson, or for your person to reach a certain point mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And it's something that they're unable to do with another person. This is why they're showing up in your energy the way that they are. So another thing that you could be hiding, Divine Feminine, is that you're silently waiting for your next assignment. And you wonder if, when it comes to this connection, if this will be the repeat of a cycle or a lesson, or if it's time for you to move on to something new, okay? This is picking up on things that you have not really discussed with anyone else. And it could be simply because of the sensitivity of this connection that you have with this masculine. So I don't pick up on you hiding this information in a negative way. It honestly feels like these are just things you haven't had the opportunity to communicate with your person. So you've kept them bottled up inside, okay? Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have is, I'm ready to talk. Wow. Divine Feminine, you did the worst thing that you could do to a masculine. You downgraded their energy. The worst thing that could happen to a person who once had access to you is them putting themselves in a position to lose it. So now your person is literally being brought to their knees because they have little to no access to someone that they were deeply bonded with, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually. And even if they never admitted this to you, they notice the changes, okay? They can feel your absence because you made this masculine feel important. Like I mentioned before, you did not just play the role of a lover to this person. You were so much more to them. And I'm also getting very clearly, you are the one person that they wanted to change for. But what scares them, Divine Feminine, is that they are aware of how much you've seen. How raw this connection is what makes them afraid. It's how much you know. It's how much you've seen. It's how you can really tap into their real raw emotions. With everyone else, this masculine gets to wear a mask. They can essentially be whoever they want to be. To face you, Divine Feminine, is to face themselves. And with this card here, this is something that they're ready for. They have not been able to stop thinking about you, okay? This is someone that is fixated on your energy in a way that is not natural after you move on from someone. And it's that one thing that's really breaking them down, Divine Feminine. You have this person suddenly thinking about all the things and all the energy that they have invested in this connection with you. And all of a sudden, it's very, very hard for them to commit to their current reality. It's very hard for them to progress. It's very hard for them to move on because they feel like they have unfinished business with you. So with this card here, this is almost like your masculine completely surrendering to your energy, Divine Feminine. This is someone who may finally want to talk to you because you decided to stop talking. You decided to stop defending yourself, to stop defending your position. It's almost like you reached this point in your journey where you came to terms with how you showed up in this connection. You know the role that you played. You know the energy that you invested in this masculine. So there was really nothing more for you to say. And your silence is so much more powerful than you think. So this may come to a complete shock that this masculine is ready to talk to you, because this is someone who's always had a hard time expressing themselves. And you are causing an emotional rift in their life because of the way that you are showing up energetically at this time. This has them very, very emotional. But they may be used to you being the one showing them emotion. Yeah, this is someone who's used to you treating them a very specific way, okay? This is a masculine who never really had to worry about the way that you would react to situations, because most of the times your reactions may have still given them the upper hand. But I'm getting that this time is very, very different. There was something that transpired in the recent past that has this masculine completely shook. There was some type of conversation between you, there was some type of exchange, and they still don't know how to process it. It's like they went through all of these different stages of grief trying to process what you made them feel, divine feminine. So this no contact period manifested because something about this masculine could have been exposed to you in the recent past and you have not budged. And this is the thing that has them on edge. This is someone that would describe you as being really reactive. And not because you are abrasive, not because you just have this really fiery energy, but it's because you're the type of person who stands up for yourself. If something is off, if the energy is off, if the vibe is off, you have no problem calling it out. But because you're not budging this time, your silence has them very nervous. And what really is shocking them, divine feminine, or what really has them shook, is that they know that whatever they did to you was something that warranted a reaction from you. It's almost like they did this knowing that there would be some type of pushback or some kind of direction from you, but all they were met with was your silence. And this has shifted the energy immensely, okay? It's also shifting how they view you, because this is someone who honestly thought that they had some kind of upper hand on you. But now your silence is completely bringing them to their knees, because this reaction from you is very unexpected, okay? Your energy is coming through very powerful. You're very intuitive. You are very outspoken. It's almost like you would call things out and let this masculine know that you knew exactly what was going on with them, even when you didn't have the proof. But something about this time, it really has you taking a different approach. And that's what scares them. It's the fact that they can't figure out what's making you do this, okay? Is there someone else in your energy? Is someone giving you advice on them? Are you talking to someone about this masculine? Okay, their mind won't stop. So this is that light and dark energy coming through again. They're being affected by this as well, this energy of exposure. In the past, there could have been a pattern that you fell into with this person. They would do something, you would immediately call it out, you would immediately get emotional. And it's almost like they would use your reaction to know where to go next. Okay, maybe I need to apologize. I need to set up a date. I need to do something different. This time, they're not able to go off of your energy because you've withdrawn. So they're lost, okay? They're stuck because you're not acting like your normal self. It's making this masculine miss you. It's making them miss the way that you would react to them. So now they want to talk to you because they need to know where your head is, divine feminine. But because of the distance, because of how much time they've allowed to go by, it feels like their energy is way more mental than it is physical at this time. And this is why you're picking up on it. It's almost like you're picking up on all of the thoughts or the process that they're going through before they decide which action they want to take towards you, okay? Let's get the last message here. So the last message that we have is, I'm devoted to you. And this is what your intuition is trying to reveal to you. You could be under the impression that this masculine walked away to escape accountability in this situation, but it's so much deeper than that. This is someone who walked away in an attempt to hide how much control you really have, divine feminine. And now they're regretting it, because even though you're at a distance from them, you are still pulling strings in their life. So the truth is that they don't want you to know how much control you have, because the fact that you still even have them thinking about you is very, very telling. It's almost like even from a distance, they still care about what you think. They care about how you view them. They care about your opinion more than they care about the people that's close to them opinion, okay? And you are intuitively picking up on this. So this is someone who still sends you a tremendous amount of energy, okay? Because they have a really strong desire to control the narrative of your love story or the time that you spent together. And I just got the word triangulation very, very clearly. And this is picking up on that phantom energy again, Divine Feminine. Because this is how you're showing up in your person's life energetically, you could be picking up on this energy as well, okay? This energy could be hitting your emotional body. It could be affecting your thought process. You could be comparing yourself to an idea or an assumption or something that this masculine wants you to believe about their life, about their current situation, about their current status. But it's almost as if you don't really know what's going on with them. And it's because this masculine wanted you to be in the dark about this situation. But it's finally coming to light because your higher selves are calling for truth at this time. So there's heavy subconscious energy in this reading, okay? A lot of mental energy being thrown around. A lot of underlying things that are about to be brought to the light, okay? And the fact that this triangulation energy is coming through, it means that there could be a third party in this situation that's affecting your connection, or that could be acting as a barrier to you and your person coming back at this time. But what's being highlighted here with this last card is that this masculine is still secretly devoted to you. This is someone who has not let your energy go. And it's not because they don't want to, it's because they can't. If they had it their way, this is someone that would have continued to act unfazed by you. They would have continued to act as if you didn't have as much control as you did. You know, it's very, very easy for this energy to go under the radar when you are the Phantom X in your person's life, because nobody can see you. You know, you're at a distance from this person, but your energy is still very much present. So whether you know it or not, you are literally affecting every single thing that they do. And it's because your energy has never left Divine Feminine. It's just taken another form in their life. So it's been moved from being physical to being more energetic, but it never went away. So honestly, whatever they're doing physically, it doesn't really matter because they're not showing up authentically. This is also happening because I'm getting that there was a huge lack of accountability on your person's part. So instead of facing whatever issue was at hand in your connection, this is someone that tried to move forward, not knowing that they were still going to be faced with your energy. So this could very well be stopping their progress in their life. And you could be picking up on a lot of this emotion, Divine Feminine, because if you were to be completely honest, this is not something that you want to do, okay? You don't want to stop this masculine's progress, but you do feel as if they need to deal with the energy that they left you with because it's not yours to carry. And this is the energy that's bringing them to their knees. This is what they want to talk to you about. And if they were to be 100% honest about how they feel when it comes to you, they would tell you that you made them feel special. Your energy made them feel important. You made them feel loved. You made them feel valued. And they're finding out in real time that not only are you irreplaceable, but their energy is so invested in you that they have unconsciously been causing blockages in their own life because they were afraid to acknowledge or process their emotions for you. So if you've been wondering, Divine Feminine, how it is that this person truly, truly feels about you, minus their ego, there is a masculine out there who is still mentally, emotionally, and spiritually devoted to you. And it's causing so much confusion in their lives because they don't know how to process that truth. So it's almost like they've reached this moment of surrender. They could be going through a moment of deep release because I keep getting that this person is crying over you, okay? Or they're just in a really, really emotional state after being very unmoved or even very stoic when it comes to your connection. And this may be a complete shock to you. But I'm getting that you will know if this is your message because you have been picking up on a lot of these unsent messages from this masculine, okay? So while their energy may not be very active at this time, their emotions are definitely moving at a very rapid rate. There could also be a very unexpected method of communication coming through to you, Divine Feminine, because it's this energy of everything that's happening in the dark coming to light, okay? I also just got something about this Uranus and Gemini energy that we're currently under, which is all about sudden shifts and also very, very unexpected changes in communication. So you may be called to look into that a little bit deeper to see how it will affect you personally during this transit, because this energy is going to continue to unfold over the next 7 years. So anytime there are any shifts in the sign Gemini, definitely pay attention to that, because Gemini is the twin sign and this could be affecting you directly, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and head over to Patreon to continue the reading, because there's a lot more energy that is coming through with these unsent messages. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.